Hey everyone, I'll give you a few minutes to get in. I apologize. I was having some massive tech issues tonight. And I work in IT. That's my day job. So you'd think I would have been able to fix it. So I apologize. But please and I apologize if you can hear my dogs. That's them downstairs. But please let me know if you can see me. I'm going to go ahead to the Facebook page really quick and let you guys know I'm on. Please just leave a comment when you can see me. New here. I see somebody is here. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. Hi everyone. For me, it only comes up as Facebook user. So I'm really sorry it doesn't show me your name. If you could tell me your name, I will say hi to you personally. I'm just giving it a couple of minutes for some more people to find the page. I do apologize. Like I said, there was a couple of technical issues tonight. So yes, awesome. Okay. If you're coming in from Facebook, if you wouldn't mind, please post your name like in your comment. Oh, hi, Sarah. I'm Sarah. But yeah, if you wouldn't mind, anybody who's coming in from Facebook, please make sure that you put your name in the comment because I can't see your names, unfortunately. They must have changed a couple things from a few months ago when I did this last, so I apologize. There was a couple of tech issues coming in, and there was also some other things going on in terms of I apologize, going on in terms of some like different login changes that and just layout changes. And like I said, I work in IT. So you'd think I would have figured this out quicker, but I didn't. That's my day job. I work in IT. So I apologize immensely from the bottom of my heart, but I'm so glad that we could be here. I have about 40 minutes I can spend with all of you beautiful souls. And I'm doing something to me that is special tonight. I've led others in private ceremony together doing this, but I've never done this in a public setting like this or online. You can say, I know it works just as efficiently online through this type of format, but it's not something I've done. It's so, and I will explain why. But to explain who I am, my name is Sarah Glass. Very nice to meet you all. I am a graduate of Corins Angel Alchemy Academy. I will just kind of sum up which her program is amazing, by the way. I'm an angel channeler. I am a intuitive. I don't like using the word psychic, but I will say I'm a medium, and I am also a spirit medicine practitioner or worker. That is predominantly what I've been called forward to do as of recent, especially this time of the year with our ancestors. So that's a little bit about me. So here's what we're going to do tonight. So any of you who feel comfortable enough sharing, I'm going to ask a question really quick. So it's common, right, for a lot of people to feel this shift between September into November, end of November. Almost into the beginning of December. I apologize if you can hear my dog downstairs. That's them. Um, they always know when spirit's there. But if who has felt the shift, if you don't mind my asking, it's very common. I like to say the beginning to middle of December is the calm time. That is the time that things sort of start to calm down. But I felt like this between September and October and even to now, this transition has been a bit more difficult and painful for people. I felt it a lot. I've seen it. I felt it also a lot myself, but I've also felt it in we'll just say collective energies. So, um, if you wouldn't mind, who's felt that? Because I know that others have, and this is the space to be. So it is very weird. I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly, Rosalba. It is. It's a very, very different. It's different this year. And I from what my ancestors, because I do a lot of ancestor veneration and I also guide a lot of individuals through ancestor journeys. And what I have felt is that there's a lot of, and I'm going to tread lightly with this because it can be difficult for some, understandably. But I felt that there has been a lot of intergenerational, we'll say, trauma and recurrence of, say, some of that intergenerational trauma coming forward for people, for individuals, even if it's not necessarily on a conscious level. And when I say intergenerational trauma, I'm saying trauma that, or even just hardships that each person in the family has seemed to deal with. Does that make sense? What I mean by that? Um, and I apologize, there's a fly flying around, but that's what I have noticed has come forward is in our ancestors are here to help try and guide us through this and help lift some of this, because as difficult as this is, it gives us a chance to connect with their lessons, for them to commune with us and us to commune and connect with them. Because even on the darkest day, the clouds always part and there's always a ray of sunshine that comes through. And I say that to mean even in the darkest lessons and the hardest lessons, the hardest times, there's always, our ancestors can show us their gratitude for being the ones. They're saying, thank you for being here to carry this torch. I love you. I see you. I appreciate you. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm feeling. So all I ask is that you come with an open heart, an open mind, um, and just bring yourself. So if there is anything that you would like to have with you during this, then by all means, please bring it. If you have a piece of paper that you want to write, if you have something that comes up towards, in the middle of this, and you have something that you just want to write down, you feel it in your heart and in your spirit, and you want to write it down and you want to take it outside and you want to bury it, rip it up, bury it, by all means, now is the time to do that. So, with your permission, I will guide us through this, and I will connect with a couple of you for about or I will connect with you for about 5 minutes. I have to crunch up some herbs, so I hope that's okay. I smudged the space beforehand, but I wanted to take some time to light something special for this occasion. Hi, Lee. Rosalba, what do you mean if you don't mind my asking, what do you mean you feel like it's revised? Like you're revisiting it in a different way, different perception? I feel that, Rosalba, for sure. I can't see the individual's name for who said totally agree. Trauma has been hidden for a long time and it caused deep wounded trauma that is time to heal. Oh, for Sarah said that. Sorry. I saw the very end, Sarah. Crystal said, thank you. You're very welcome, Crystal. My permission. Revisiting. Okay, Rosalba. I want to ask you a question on that, Rosalba, while I'm crunching up some of my herbs, because there's some buchu for some healing. I have some olive leaf to extend gratitude, peace, and harmony. And I had one other thing of some powder to help with some Kapala incense in it, Kapala resin specifically. Trying to. Hi, Gail. Hello, Nancy. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you are doing well. Yes, I'm definitely going to. They are. It was interesting. I was going through my oh my gosh, my apothecary earlier today, and I was like, I wonder what I should use, and I couldn't quite totally figure it out, right? And I was looking around, and I was like, all right, let's see what I can find. And I kept feeling like there was one more that I should pick, but I was like, I don't know what it is, and I'm not going to force it. I walked away, and for absolutely no reason, wasn't stomping around, nothing. One of my incense or herb jars, I should say, sorry, one of my herb jars fell off of the shelf, and it was the olive leaf. So that answered my question. Oh my goodness, I spilled way too much. Way too much. And I apologize, everybody, again, because I'll be honest with you, I am feeling this right along with you. And I wasn't, there was a point where I was like, maybe I shouldn't do this tonight because I was feeling it as much as probably you guys are. And then I was like, but I wouldn't be true to this path into what I do if I wasn't being real, because I'm just as human as everybody here. I feel and experience, that's why we're here. And I'm a firm believer that, like, that would be like somebody going to, if I went to a doctor and they tried to take off my leg, right? And they tried to, tell me, oh, a therapist, if they didn't understand truly what I was going through and that, then I probably wouldn't trust them. I wouldn't feel very comfortable with that, because how could they understand if they're not going through it, right? So I always feel like it is easier and better, not easier, but it's better to be open and raw and honest, because that's life. Life is not pretty necessarily. It's not easy. Sometimes it is messy, right? So, all right, let me ground these up. I'll put them, I already have my charcoal lit, so ground this up real quick. And then we will go from there. So, Carolyn, is your doggy allowed to join us? Oh, that is such a sweet question. I would say yes under any other circumstances, but the one that is very excited, we'll say, is exceptionally rambunctious. His name is Flash, and he got that name after the superhero because he likes to run everywhere. He's 15 years old this year, and you'd never know it. He's still just as spry as he was whenever I rescued him. So he'd probably, unfortunately, knock a couple things over, and that wouldn't be good, especially with burning it like incense and charcoal. Okay. He's my senior citizen dog. And then I have a Pembroke Welsh Corgi, which is her name is Rhiannon. And then I have another smaller dog, which is and his name is Poe, after Edgar Allan Poe. And then I have another larger dog. He is a blue heeler German Shepherd mix, and his name is Loki. Okay, so apologize. I'm gonna move over here just for a second, just so I can sprinkle some of these on, and then we will get started. I will also be back tomorrow, and I'm gonna leave it to Spirit. I apologize. One second. I'm gonna leave it to Spirit to guide me on what we do tomorrow. If I feel that this is necessary and this is what Spirit guides me to do again tomorrow, by all means, we will. Maybe we need to do sessions. I don't know. I leave it open to Spirit and the ancestors. Okay. There we go. I don't know if you can see it, but it's burning really good. And I have extra over here. And we can burn throughout. So I'm going to say a little prayer before we start to the 4 directions, the north, south, the east, and the west. To Great Spirit and Great Mother, angels, ancestors, helping spirits, and our helping ancestors, I open the circle between all of us, and I ask for protection, love, guidance, and connection, and whatever messages for people to come through. I also ask for protection and removal of anything that does not serve the highest good of us all, to be removed from us, return to your source, for wherever it is supposed to go. Amen. Aho. Okay. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of grounding for everybody. If you can, please put your feet on the floor. We're gonna do this first. Take a couple big, deep breaths. With your permission, you can either say it aloud to yourself, in your mind, or you can type it in the chat. With your permission, I ask that the angels, specifically Archangel Michael, assist you in grounding deep to the earth, and Mother and Great Mother also, I ask that, with your permission. Hi, Erin. I see that you just made it. Tonight we are going to go through a healing circle. So I ask that if you give permission for that, I ask that you just say yes. Either aloud in the chat or in your mind. Either is fine. I'm just letting Archangel Michael clear some of to me, it comes through looking almost like cobwebs and netting, and just using a sword to cut through some of that, to clear some of that. That's how it looks. It's not necessarily strings or ties. It almost looks like cobwebs that are just connected to the ether. Because he's only clearing what is necessary. That feels a little better. He's showing me golden light is how I perceive that, is golden light that has like a green aura around the golden light. Like we're all in this safe, protective bubble, and there's this, it's golden, and then it has a green dome around it. Okay. So for everyone here, I ask that you envision each of us in a circle as much as possible, because there's a circle that will connect all of us through space and time, for those who are here live and those who aren't. So, due to time constraints and my issues with being late, and I apologize again. Okay. How does that feel? A little better so far? I'm going to put a little bit more on the incense. Okay. Now, I had my drum next to me, but they don't want me to drum tonight, which is interesting. Usually they do. Usually that's the way I open, but I hear silence and stillness, which is a good thing. Now, here's what we're going to do. Okay. I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to envision the way I see it, that they show it to me, is literally an archway of hanging weeping willows that join to make an arch. The two that are close together that join at the top to it. And there's some fog. There will be an animal, and it will be unique to each individual who is here. That will be your helping spirit, your helping guide on this journey. It leads you through the archway, through the fog. And on the other side of this fog, there's a grove of trees. Each one in a circle. Each one has the image of your ancestor almost built into it, not carved, but as if that tree is your ancestor. I want you to go to which one you feel called to go to. You may not know this ancestor. That is okay. You may not understand how you're seeing what you're seeing. That is okay. Trust. As you hear the wind blow through the leaves in the tree as they fall to the ground, you can hear whispers of their voice. In whatever way whether it's see, feel, hear, or know. They open their branches to you. They have a message for you. For some, that message may be an image on the tree. What do you see? For others, it may be a gift left on the ground at their feet. but for everything that every message, every item that we take with us, we're allowed to give in return. They're asking that you lay what burdens that you have, what you are feeling, sadness, grief, anger, frustration, repulsion. They ask that you give it to them. They're saying this was not originally your burden to carry, it was theirs. Anything from that trauma or the hurt that has come forward, they allow to give it to them. And as you do, you'll feel a shift. They're sending love and gratitude to you for being the voice when they could not be, for being the voice for them when they had no voice of their own, for allowing them to come to light through you when they had to hide their own light. Just take a few more moments. Whatever animal was with you to lead you through the fog archway has always stayed there with you. Is there by your side, or it is there by your side, and beckons you to turn around and walk back through the archway. As you do, when you're on the other side, give thanks to your helping spirit, your ally. Your toes, give yourselves a few minutes to come back into your bodies, or a few moments, however long it takes. And then open your eyes. Sorry, I apologize. I'm gonna have to move my computer here for a second. Okay, there we go. I just stretched my legs for a moment. We're getting cramped. Now, I can most definitely feel a lightening of things, that's for sure. I know what my message was, and each of us will have received a different message. And each of us will have laid a different burden down. But by doing it together, we took our power back, our ancestors' power back in a way. And we laid our burdens down together. So, I hope that you're still able to see me, by the way, because I haven't seen any other comments come through in a little bit. So, but My goodness. I want to ask, I want to ask what your message was. That is yours to keep. But I do want to ask, um, did you feel the shift? There would have been something in that message that would have left your ancestors give you a sign of when they are there with you. Our ancestors are always with us, they never leave us. I actually used the quote that Reverend Billy Graham gave to his daughter frequently. That said, he said to his daughter Ruth, "When I leave this mortal coil, I will not have passed away. I will not be gone. I will still be here. I've simply changed addresses." So they're always with us. Um, Thank you, Crystal, for letting me know that you still see me. Wonderful, Nancy. I'm so happy to hear that. If I would have had more time, I would have maybe made it a little bit more longer, but the replay will be here to come back to as many times as necessary. The protection will still be here. But to close this, this to close this circle for now, I say thank you to the four corners, the plants, the animals, our helping spirits, our ancestors, helping ancestors, our guides, to Great Mother and Creator. Thank you with so much gratitude in my heart. There aren't words that could be said. Thank you to the elements and to the four directions, north, south, east, and west. I release you. Amen. Oh. Now, oh my goodness, I apologize. I shouldn't say I apologize because you know what? It is human to, it's a part of our lives and who we are to show emotion, right? That definitely brought, like, it welled my heart up with so much gratitude and joy, um, and just to feel my ancestors there with me. That connection is unlike anything else that I think anybody can experience, and I hope now that you all and gals all understand what I mean by that. So, oh my goodness, I will tell you a little bit, because I have a few minutes because I don't want to overlap with the next person that's coming on, but I want to share a little bit if that's okay. If you give me permission, I want to just take a couple minutes to share a little bit of my ancestors' story. Some of it I'll keep G-rated. We'll put it that way. I come up from a very long lineage of indigenous Northeastern nation women. My great-great-grandmother was, I don't like using the term full-blooded because that's just, I think that is inhumane. But she was the last to be truly, she was the last before the lineage was broken. I don't know how else to explain it other than that. Her Anglo-Saxon name was Verna, and she was married by a Frenchman. And she hid her gifts. She had to for her own safety. She was actually taken into one of the boarding schools, and she actually claimed her brothers and sisters on. She was able to kind of work her way around things and claim them as she was her brothers and sisters as her children, because then they weren't allowed to keep them together. When they were released, she had married a Frenchman, and he was, unfortunately, not the nicest individual, but we'll just say she hid herself in plain sight. She lived on a farm, and it was a beautiful thing, because in a way, because everything lived in harmony. Everything that she had planted, everything that she had there was in harmony and synergistically with one another. She lost her eyesight, but she lost her physical eyesight, but she never lost her sight. She was, and for me, she was the ancestor that came forward. She offered a rabbit and a lantern. And she's saying thank you, because I live in a time that I can bring my lineage forward. I can do the work that she started, that she could not do, that she was not allowed to do. Otherwise, she could have been put in jail or possibly murdered. So I wanted to share that. And I hope that was okay. I hope that wasn't too maybe triggering for some, but I wanted to share that because I wanted to give an example of how in my life, for the longest time, I felt like I had to hide myself, my abilities, my gifts, like I would be shamed or potentially hurt. I never understood where this fear came from. I've had it my entire life. And then a couple of days ago, she came to me and she said, "Sarah, this is what you share. There is no shame. We are not there anymore. I am not there." So I knew in that moment that tonight, this is what we were meant to do together. I hope that makes sense. And I hope that you all enjoyed this journey. And it is with the utmost reverence that I thank every single one of you that were here live and that will watch this replay. For sharing in this. And I hope that it helps unburden and heal in whichever way that it can. And my utmost hope is that it allows you to connect more with your ancestors, right? That's the ultimate goal of the work that I do. Of course, with the angels' help as well. And I also thank Archangel Michael for his assistance and his help and his aid tonight. That was very potent and very powerful. So I can't take up too much more time. I'm sorry, but I will be back tomorrow. Same time, so 8 o'clock Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific time. So much love to every single one of you. And I apologize. I don't want to take up the time for the other person, so I'm so sorry. So I will go back and read all the comments later, I promise, and I will make sure that I reply back to as many as I can. I love I love you all so very much. And again, thank you so much. Blessings to all of you as well. I'll see you tomorrow.